never thought I'd be the kind of person writing something like this. But here I am, staring at my laptop, still trying to process what happened just 3 weeks ago. The truth blew up in front of everyone, and I was the one standing there, heart pounding, watching my life split in two. It started with little things. A text message I wasn't supposed to see, a weird look between them when we were all sitting at the kitchen table, nervous laughter that didn't feel like normal nervous laughter. I've been married to Mark for 6 years. My sister, Emily, is 2 years younger than me and has always been my best friend. She lived 10 minutes away, but she was at my house so often it felt like she never left. I used to love that. Family dinners, movie nights, even just having her around to talk to when Mark worked late. She was the one I called when things were hard. When Mark and I fought, she'd talk me through it. But one Saturday afternoon, everything started to feel off. I had left my phone upstairs, so when Mark's phone buzzed on the counter, I just glanced at it. I wasn't snooping, I swear I wasn't. But the name that popped up froze me in place. Emily. Can't stop thinking about last night. Call me later? I swear my stomach fell right through the floor. I stood there staring, waiting for the message to disappear, hoping it was a bad joke. But when I scrolled up, I saw more. Flirty emojis, late-night miss you texts, a photo I can't even describe without feeling my throat tighten again. I put the phone down so fast it nearly slid off the counter. When Mark came in a few minutes later, I smiled like nothing happened. But inside I was shaking. For a week I said nothing. I watched them carefully. I studied every interaction. I felt like a stranger in my own home, waiting for proof that I wasn't losing my mind. One night, while Mark was in the shower, I sat on the bathroom floor scrolling through his messages. Yes, I know it's wrong. Yes, I know it's invasion of privacy. But my gut was screaming at me, and there it was. Emily, wish we could be together tonight. Mark, me too. I hate sneaking around. It's killing me not to just tell her. Tell me. Tell me what? That my own sister was sleeping with my husband behind my back? I felt this hot rush of anger so strong I could barely breathe. I put his phone back exactly where it was and walked out of the house. I drove for 2 hours, just circling the block, crying so hard I had to pull over at one point. Then I did the most dangerous thing. I started imagining why. Was I boring? Had I stopped being attractive? Did he ever even love me? Was my whole marriage a joke? By the time I got home, I was shaking with rage, but completely silent. I crawled into bed next to Mark, pretending to be asleep when he climbed in. 2 weeks later, my parents hosted a family dinner. The kind where everyone comes over. Mom makes way too much food, and we all sit around laughing. I almost didn't go, but something inside me said, go, watch them, see it for yourself. When I arrived, Emily was already there, sitting in the living room with Mark. They were laughing about something on his phone. When they saw me, they jumped a little like guilty teenagers. I smiled. I hugged them both. I said nothing, but every laugh, every glance, every inside joke cut me open a little more. I could barely taste the food. My fork trembled in my hand. Then, during dessert, my dad asked if Mark and I had thought about having kids. Mark smiled nervously, glanced at Emily and said, "We've been talking about the future a lot lately." Something in me snapped. I stood up so fast my chair tipped over. Everyone went quiet. "You've been talking about the future?" I asked, staring straight at him. "With my sister?" You could hear a pin drop. Emily's face went pale. Mark's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "Don't lie to me," I said, my voice shaking. "Don't you dare lie to me in front of Mom and Dad. Tell them. Tell them what you've been doing behind my back." My mom's hand flew to her mouth. My dad pushed back his chair. Emily started crying. Mark tried to grab my hand, but I yanked it away. "Say it," I yelled. "Tell them how you've been sneaking around. Tell them how you betrayed me. Both of you." And right there, in my parents' dining room, they admitted it. Mark said they didn't mean for it to happen. Emily said she couldn't help how she felt. My mom burst into tears. My dad told them both to get out of his house, and I just stood there shaking, my entire world burning down around me. I didn't talk to either of them for a week. Mark moved out. Emily stopped answering my calls. Not that I wanted to hear from her anyway. My mom tried to mediate. She said things like, "Family is family, and people make mistakes. But I couldn't even look at Emily without feeling sick. I filed for divorce. I blocked them both on everything. I started therapy because I didn't know who I was anymore, without the two people I trusted most. 2 weeks later, Emily showed up at my door. She was crying, begging me to forgive her. She said she ended things with Mark. She said she hated herself. I didn't let her in, but that night, I sat on my couch thinking about how much power I had given this situation. I had been living in anger, letting their choices define me. So I decided something. I wasn't going to forgive her right away. I wasn't going to forgive him either, but I was going to let go of the pain slowly. It's been 3 weeks since everything came out. I'm still hurting. I still cry sometimes when I see Mark's toothbrush in the bathroom drawer, but I feel stronger now. I signed the divorce papers yesterday. I started journaling every morning. I even went out with some friends last weekend and laughed for the first time in months. And here's what I learned. You can't control what people do to you. You can't stop them from breaking your heart, but you can choose what you do after. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing peace. And maybe one day I'll choose forgiveness too. It's been almost 6 months since I first posted. Reading back what I wrote feels like reading about someone else's life. That night at my parents' house was the worst night of my life, but it was also the start of me rebuilding everything. A lot has happened since then. Mark and I finalized the divorce 2 months ago. It was ugly at first. He wanted to work things out, but only after Emily broke up with him. I think he thought I'd just forgive him once she wasn't in the picture. When I told him it was over for good, he got angry, said I was throwing away our marriage over one mistake. One mistake. I told him that sleeping with my sister wasn't a mistake. It was a series of choices he made every single day, and I was done paying for those choices. After the divorce went through, I boxed up everything of his and dropped it at his apartment. No long goodbye. No crying in the parking lot. Just done. As for Emily, that's still complicated. She's tried to reach out a few times. Texts, voicemails, even showing up at my job once. She keeps saying she's sorry. She keeps saying she misses me. I don't doubt that she regrets what she did. But every time I think about seeing her, I feel this heavy weight in my chest. My mom still invites me to family dinners. But now she asks ahead of time if I want Emily to be there. I've skipped most of them, if I'm being honest. I know eventually I'll have to face her again. Maybe at Christmas, maybe at someone's birthday. But I'm not ready yet. Therapy has been a lifesaver. At first I thought I'd just go for a couple of sessions, but I've stuck with it. My therapist helped me realize that what I was grieving wasn't just my marriage. It was my sense of safety. My belief that my family would always protect me. That's a hard thing to lose. But here's the surprising part. I'm happy now. It sounds crazy to say that. 6 months ago, I was crying myself to sleep every night, feeling like I'd never laugh again. But now, I wake up in a little apartment that's mine. I have houseplants that I actually keep alive. I rearranged all my furniture last weekend just because I could. And the biggest thing, I started dating again. I wasn't planning to. Honestly, I was terrified. But one of my coworkers introduced me to her friend Jason. He's nothing like Mark, in the best way. Patient, kind, actually listens when I talk. We've only been seeing each other for a couple months, but it feels good. Not like a rebound, but like something that could be real if I let it. I told him everything about what happened. He didn't flinch. He didn't tell me to get over it. He just said, "You went through hell, and you're still standing." That's incredible. That sentence stayed with me. For so long I saw myself as the person who got betrayed, who got left behind. But now I see myself as the person who walked through the fire and came out the other side. A couple of weeks ago, I ran into Mark at the grocery store. My stomach dropped the second I saw him. I thought I'd panic or cry, but instead I just said hi and kept walking. He tried to make small talk, asked how I was doing. I just smiled and said, "Better than ever." And I meant it. When I got back to my car, I expected to feel shaken, but I just felt free. That night, I journaled about it, and for the first time, I wrote the words, "I forgive him." Not because he deserves it, but because I deserve to stop carrying that weight. I'm not ready to forgive Emily yet. Maybe one day, maybe never. Forgiveness doesn't mean letting someone back into your life. It just means letting go of the grip their choices have on your heart. For anyone who is going through something similar right now, here's what I want you to know. You can survive this. I know it feels like the world is ending, like you'll never be okay again, but you will. Slowly, painfully, you'll build a new life. One that's yours. I used to think the worst thing that ever happened to me was my sister cheating with my husband. Now I think it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it forced me to start over. And this time, I'm building a life where I'm not an afterthought, not someone's backup plan. I'm the main character.
Like, share, and subscribe.